Welcome to Inspire and Move, the show that inspires you to create, connect, and grow. I'm going to bring you meaningful conversations, aha moments, and all the motivation you need to up-level every part of your life. I'm Ali Aruda, founder of Inspire and Move, and your personal hype girl. I've gone from fashion school to celebrity stylist to corporate marketing to brick and mortar entrepreneurship with my husband, each time learning incredible lessons how to pivot, reimagine, and implement the steps to become successful. I am passionate about inspiring others to live their best life, a life of joy. We have the power to design a life that we love because life is too short not to. The best part is that you weren't meant to do this alone. If you feel like you were meant for more, let me ride shotgun with you, and together, let's get you to where you want to go. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Inspire and Move podcast. I'm your host, Ali Aruda, and I am joined by the one and only Matt Aruda.
Hello, everybody.
I feel like it has been a minute since we've done an at-home duo episode.
That's right, a little co-host
And to
anchoring.
mark the occasion, we thought we would wear matching ivory sweaters.
I wore mine first, so this is on you.
I picked out mine this morning when we were having our coffee. So
In your head, maybe.
In my head. I clearly set the trend. But we had a lot of fun recently recording it together in studio. And I think we're going to have to mix that into our routine here for recording shows together.
Cool.
And today's episode, today's theme, if you will, for the show came off of a beautiful few days away for a proper vacation. Matt and I have not taken a vacation that is not networking or masterminding or really focused on our expansion in the same way that, expanding ourselves as a byproduct of vacation has actually done for us. And we feel really rejuvenated. We feel really inspired in a different way to come home and take a lot of really big, amazing action beyond what we've been doing in terms of taking action. So we have more to share in future episodes about takeaways from vacation. So stay tuned for that. But today's episode is all about being in the 1% and how it is actually not that difficult to be in the 1%.
And we should clarify what this means is absolutely nothing to do with one's socioeconomic status or where they currently are in their journey, in their careers, or what they're doing from an earning potential standpoint. This has nothing to do with what or how much you make in order to make sure that you can still be able to be the 1% in so many other standings that affect, quite frankly, a hell of a lot more people than just yourself. So we saw some of these things based off of just the habits that we maintained in vacation and I thought at least, well, this might be a real good way to shed some light on how these things can roll over literally into the everyday going back home, and certainly more than just you and I being able to do it. So let's share.
So we have 6 ways that you can be in the 1%. Number 1, wake up earlier. Wake up earlier to achieve more, or at least to make sure that you are putting yourself as a priority before pouring into everyone else. You can, compare this to the whole oxygen mask process on the airplane where you want to put yours on first before you help the person beside you, because you want to make sure that you're not pouring from an empty cup. And there is so much that we can dive into on that topic alone, but just breaking this down in terms of waking up earlier. And Matt and I've really been byproducts of this over the last few months and probably a better part of the year. We have been waking up earlier than we used to. And we used to wake up earlier. For now, currently in our life, sleep in for us is like a 7:30 a.m. And an early wake up is about a 5:15. And I would say our happy medium would be about a 6 a.m. to 6:30 latest rise, because that would allow us to have a nice full morning, get some morning exercise in, which we're going to tap into a little bit later on in these top 6 ways of being in the 1%, but really focusing on making an effort to wake up earlier. And this can't be a drastic thing. You can't go from being a person that wakes up at 9 a.m. to saying that you're going to wake up at 5, because you're going to set up yourself for failure. Now, there's good things to learn from failure, but you don't need to go from 9 a.m. down to 5 a.m. wake up. Maybe 9 a.m. turns into 8:45, and 8:45 turns into 8:30. You want to take these baby steps, peel back the layers of the onion in a very manageable way so that you're also feeling success as a result of making these changes and changing your habits. And you're going to have to, put your patience pants on, because you can't create a new habit overnight. You are going to need to, put in like 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. But along the way, you're going to have all this amazing energy that comes from trying something new and taking that action step foot forward of making that habit change, and feel the amazing results of just having more hours in the day. Matt and I say this so often to each other, how lucky are we to have so many hours in a day, because we wake up early, or we'll look at each other like mid-morning and recap everything that we have already done between, morning coffee and our gratitude practice and reading and a walk and a workout, get a coffee. The list can go on, and it might only be 11:30 in the morning. So that's something that you can really focus on and celebrate as a byproduct of changing your habits and waking up earlier.
And what I'll say to that too is you and I have always been morning people, so it might be easier for you and I to come across as, yeah, just wake up earlier and do more stuff and make sure you look after yourself first and all the rest. And that's true. But I think how this would go a long way for those, especially those who are starting their wake ups at 8:30, and we're saying, hey, you want to be in the top 1%? Just wake up at 5:30 instead and let me know how that goes. It's going to go like crap, is how it's going to go. Because no one's done it before. That person hasn't done it before, but more importantly, they haven't had a reason to do it before. So give yourself something that you immediately are going to do that does fill your cup when you are waking up at 5:30, 6 o'clock versus 2, 3 hours later than that. Whether that is an appointment with a friend at the gym, whether that is getting your dog walked and that chore being done and dusted. These things that we're talking about here, and this is only one of the 6 things we're going to chat on, the one common theme through all of it is it's going to require effort. It's going to require doing something you probably haven't done before, or maybe haven't done with consistency before. Waking up at 5:30 feels a lot better when you have to go on a plane somewhere, as opposed to 5:30 on a February morning because you think that Matt and Allie said waking up early makes you a better person. You need to have a reason as to why you're getting up, and more importantly, how that's going to shift your mindset and your focus for the rest of your day, or at least for the first few hours of the day, which then catapults you on to the rest of it. Okay.
Love that.
Number 2, add the value in areas that other people are looking for, but aren't necessarily doing it themselves. So that could be a little bit wordy. So what we mean by this is a lot of people go through the motions every day. They wake up, they get to work, they do what's on their task list that is often told to them by somebody who is above them, and that person has been told by somebody above them what needs to be told to you. And it is just an ongoing chain of making sure these boxes are checked, and sometimes with no other reason other than saying that it was done and reporting it accordingly to the next guy up or woman up. What I'm saying is, why don't you do a little bit more? Why don't you suggest or do something or offer something that lends itself for somebody to say, you know what, I wasn't expecting that, or that's more than what I was expecting, and having that be what you have as your default mode of how you're going to go through your day. And I think a really, really great example of this are entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs provide the items and the things that you otherwise might not necessarily be doing yourself. So massive, massive shout out to all these entrepreneurs that are waking up early, that are putting in the effort and the time and the money to facilitate spaces and experiences that other people are looking for but aren't doing themselves. For example, you're likely not hosting, I don't know, a dozen people in your kitchen to have a cup of coffee in the morning. But how much do you look forward to going to the coffee shop in the morning and getting that jolt of not just caffeine, but just that social interaction with other people that you might see here or there? If it wasn't for that entrepreneur who has woken up at 5 o'clock in the morning to make sure that that business is up and running, we don't get that as the next stop of what we have being important for us. We as gym owners are a perfect example of this. It's one thing for you to say, I'd love to wake up early enough to be able to get a good run in or to have a proper lift session. But I would love to do it in a beautiful location, in a place that is supportive, in a place that is welcoming, that is aesthetically pleasing, all of that. We'll put our hand up for that. We've got you for that. But those are the little things that if you can add this added value beyond just the black and white of what you're expected to see or do, those little things set you apart from 99% of anybody else who is either doing it the same way or, more accurately, not doing it at all.
I love that. I have nothing to add to that one. Number 3, make positivity your default mindset. And I couldn't love this one.
This one's huge.
More. And I actually said to Matt on the airplane the other day when we were coming home, we were in Mexico for our vacation and coming home, and I had said to him, I feel so abundant. And that's something that I'm actually working a lot on right now is my money mindset and my abundance mindset.
That's not to say, hey guys, I feel really rich.
No.
Let's clarify that.
No, it's like abundance with gratitude. I feel so much gratitude that we were able to take vacation, but also that our business was running with our rockstar team at home, welcoming in new members when we weren't even there. And I felt abundant with the service that we received at this amazing resort that we were at. And you can truly feel abundant in so many ways, in so many areas of your life. So continuing Matt's translation, it does not mean, hi, I feel rich. Wouldn't hate that anyways, just as a subline. But it is not necessarily abundance equals rich. It's richness. Where can you feel richness? Can you feel richness in your family life? Like right now, it's Canadian Thanksgiving weekend for all of you Canadian listeners. And I know my American listeners, you guys are right behind us. But can you feel rich in your family love and gratitude and everyone's health? We talk about that often for our family's health. And we've also lost family members. So that also changes the gratitude that we have for people that are with us earthside and their health. We have 3 dogs. All 3 of them are very healthy. That's a wonderful ratio. So really just reframing your mind and having that positive mindset. And this also is an extension of where do you spend your time? Going back to the gym, Matt and I are very passionate about creating a positive environment and culture for our Benchmark Fitness gym community and team. And that's something that we will always work at. And it's something that we also attract. You build it and they will come. You create this space that breeds positivity and good energy and good vibes and excitement and enthusiasm. And that is who we attract. And it's just like the people that you hang out with, the places that you hang out with, the people that you hang out with. Who wants to hang around with a negative Nelly that's always complaining? Going back to the coffee shop analogy, we actually were at our favorite coffee shop around the corner from our gym yesterday. And we do a Saturday morning gym class. And then I swear like 80% of the class all goes for coffee after, which is wonderful. It's just something that has come based off of, like attracts like. We all enjoy a post-workout coffee. Let's all go together. And this woman came in and you could immediately tell in her facial expression that she was bothered by the people standing in the coffee shop, enjoying each other's company and conversation and energy.
She doesn't like happiness and kindness?
No. Ugh. So me being me, I was like, good morning. And you guys, you should have seen the Sour Patch look on her face. And I was like, I can't even help you. I am trying to, maybe I want to buy your coffee, but you're such a grumpy granny downer. Your energy was just so unfortunate. And so that is not someone that I would choose to spend my time with, as a little example. But it really does make a difference for your own mindset, especially if you are in a phase of having to work on your mindset, that you want to be around positive people. So positive places, positive people. And third is the positive propaganda. So that's like my little 1, 2, 3 on this point about positive mindset is what are you consuming? What podcasts are you listening to? So gold star that you're listening to the Inspire and Move podcast, which is all about positivity. But also what are you consuming from a book standpoint, from even music? You can have people that like a Michael Bublé, that he has great songs and great messages.
Random, didn't expect to hear that.
I know. I was kind of feeling like it's the fall vibe, just feeling kind of like Diana Krall, Michael Bublé.
It's coming up on Christmas season too, let me tell you.
Justin Timberlake, we're getting ready to go see him live in concert.
You want to talk about positive propaganda? Good Lord, girl. Going to be something else.
But you can just go on a list, and maybe you need to, make a little note of this, depending on, if you're listening to this while you're driving, make a mental note. If you have like your notes app accessible, just make a note and do a little reflection on your positive mindset and what do you consume from a positive propaganda standpoint? Who do you hang out with? Do you need to audit the people that you spend time with? And that is okay. We talk about this so often on this show, is sometimes you do need to audit the people in your life. Not everyone's going to come along with you for your expansion season and for your growth, because we're shedding layers, we're growing as humans, and not everyone's going to come along on that journey with us. So make sure you are really prioritizing the energy and the mindsets of the people that you are spending, especially a lot of your time with. And spending your time, where are you spending it? Are you spending it in positive environments?
I mean, that's all absolutely true. All that is accurate, and those are all things that we all are constantly working towards. We're never done, kind of evolving, expanding, growing, learning, all these things. But there are small things that you can do every single day that, if nothing else, put you in a positive mindset, which then I promise you, as sure as you're hearing my voice right now, will have a natural reaction to everybody else around you. As simple as just smiling. Hell, as simple as just saying hi to somebody.
Holding
Just
the
say
door.
hi. Yeah, I mean, the idea of somebody walking in to a building, whether it be it's where you work, whether it be it's at the gym, whether it be it's at school, whatever the first building is you go to, and see another human being that doesn't live in under your roof, say hi. Watch them say hi back to you. And you want to get crazy with it? Say hi with a smile. And watch that absolutely turn the place on fire, because more often than not, when someone looks at you, especially if they don't know you and you don't know them, if somebody's first reaction after looking at you is smiling and saying hi, 9 times out of 10, I swear, 9 times out of 10, your natural reaction is to mirror what somebody else has been or somebody has done to you. And in this case, if you smile at somebody, I swear to you, the vast majority of the times, it's met back with another smile. And those things, that idea of just these small acts of just saying hello, you pick up a phone call, say hello with a smile, and tell me that doesn't resonate. Tell me you can't hear somebody smiling over the other end of the phone. They do every time. And it automatically almost, it takes the threat out of whatever it is, your start of a day or starting of a school day, or having to go into a presentation in the next hour or whatever it is. I think you can control a lot of these things that, going to the top of what we were saying, is what most people aren't doing. And it is easy. It is free. It just takes the decision to say, this is my default. Being positive is my default, as opposed to the alternative, which is walking into a building, starting your day off, head down, taking all the shit you've got to do for the course of this day. And I've got a news flash for you. This is what it's going to be every single day. Every single day, you're going to have a list of things to do. That's how it goes. But if you can tackle it with knowing positivity first, and that's where your default operations come from, then you automatically put yourself in a place of stronger ability to deal with it, and at the same time have people around you have your back, because you're coming at it from a place rather of you having good intentions right off the bat.
We really saw this again, kind of going back to some reflections from vacation, that we felt so happy and grateful to be at the resort that we were. It was our 5th time going back, and we love that place. Fairmont Mayakoba in Mexico. Could not love it more or recommend it more. But the people that work there, and I feel like we have a special spot for the mostly gentlemen that work by the pool, because you're relaxing all day, you're reading your book.
Man, they're hustling.
They are hustling, and they're bringing you maybe breakfast or lunch or cocktails and then another cocktail. We would see groups get just like buckets of beers, depending on how many people there were. But the point is that it is so easy to be in that 1% and show gratitude and say thank you. Say thank you every time they bring you a drink, every time they bring you a water, a fresh bucket of ice for your bottles of water. It is not difficult to express your gratitude and be genuine about it. And it was amazing that we would reflect and sort of watch and see how few people did that, which I think was part of the inspiration for this exact topic and conversation about how it's so much easier to be in that 1%, that top 1%, than you think. And to echo what Matt just said, just be kind and say thank you with a smile, and you will instantly be way more memorable.
Memorable is the word. That's exactly it.
Thank you so much for listening. If you loved this episode, it would mean the world to me if you took 30 seconds and shared this on social media, send it to a friend, or leave a 5-star review. There is power in community, and I am so grateful to have you part of mine.